Hello students, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Dr. Sandeep Walia, Head of the Department, University Institute of Tourism and Hospitality Management, Chandigarh University. Today, we are going to discuss the module Cabin Layouts of Major Aircrafts with Features under the paper Aviation Industry, Ticketing and Frontier Formalities. After completing this module, the students will be able to understand the meaning and different type of cabins available in the airplanes. They will also come to know about the various service features offered by the airlines in the different cabins. They will also understand the various cabin layout and their designing features. Dear students, aviation industry is now not only means of travel but also provides luxurious 5-star category experience at the altitude of 45,000 feet. Since from the inception of air travel, the cabin layouts have been changed gradually and a significant change can be witnessed in the amenities and services provided in the aircraft cabins by almost all the airline carriers. Perhaps air travel is preferred as the most convenient, safer and faster medium of travel even to the remotest areas around the world. The passengers used to travel in the passenger cabins of the aircrafts. Airline carriers provides ultra-modern services and amenities to the passengers to make their journey a memorable experience. Various passenger carrier airlines, because of the growing competition, have come up with innovative cabin facilities to attract more passengers. The present module shall discuss about various cabin classes meant for passengers. It shall also discuss about the various layouts of the cabins. Dear students, let us now take on the commercial aircraft cabin layouts with features. Aircraft cabin refers to the section or place where the passenger sits while traveling in the aircraft. Passengers may feel uncomfortable while sitting or traveling due to the congested sitting plan in the cabin. Cabins used in the commercial airlines are divided into various parts or sections on the basis of the class of the travelers, areas for the flight attendants, space for the storage and galley for in-flight services. The seats of the commercial flights are arranged in rows and alleys. The sections or seats divided into various parts usually by using the curtains or sometimes class dividers also do it as well. The passengers who are supposed to occupy the lower class seats are not allowed to sit on the high class cabins in the commercial flights. The facility of the common screen is available for the short and haul cabins, but in the long and ultra long haul flights, passengers often have their own personal screens and in their cabins. All the parts of the flights are held by the body of the airplane or fuselage. The pilots of the planes sit in the front of the fuselage of the airplane, also called as cockpit. It is the area which is near the front door of the plane, and the pilot controls the plane from there. Now these days, most of the aircrafts are also enclosed except the smaller charter or planes. The cabin class refers to the class of service that passenger may expect on the plane from the airline company. It depends upon the type of class like economy, business or first class, etc. The passengers are served as per their class of tickets they purchased. Dear students, let us now discuss about the Emirates First Class. This is the class which is so costly than business or economy class and offers the best services to the passengers while on traveling. The services are so superior to other business class. It does not offer only the superior class services but also offers a good amount of space between seats and which may be converted into a bed. The following service features are also included in this type of class, and these features includes like a personal TV screen is offered to the passengers, Good quality of food and beverages are served to this category of passengers. A personalized services to the passengers during their journey. It provides privacy to the passengers by offering their personalized cabins. It also provides the various complimentary items like trousers, pajamas, toiletries and shoes, etc. There is a separate check-in and check-out at the airports for such category of passengers. These are also allowed to access to the airline's first class lounges at the different airports. Then the next class is the business class. In this type of class of tickets, the passengers are also provided their personalized cabins along with other features of services which are like as follows. They are offered the better food and beverage facility to the passengers. Good entertainment facilities or the option of good entertainment facilities are there. This class offers comfortable seats with the facility of more legroom and room to recline while traveling. Under this category, the premium economy class offered by some airlines in order to provide a better flying experience to the economy traveler. This class is cheaper than business class. The feature of the premium economy class are as follows. It offers a few extras such as legroom. It also offers complimentary food and drinks. It also offers wider seats like 3 inches on the Boeing 777 and Boeing 300 than economy class and more recline like 3 inches more than the economy class seats. An amenity kit is also there for the usage of the passengers traveling in this class. It also offers premium food and drinks on long hauling flights. Dear students, let us now discuss about the economy class. This class is the airline travel class with the lowest ticket price due to the fact that the level of comfort is lower than that of the other classes. The short distance between each seat and a smaller variety of food and entertainment primarily characterizes this class. Dear students, let us now discuss about the requirements of the interior design of an aircraft. The interior and layout is the main component of any airline or the flight. It is contained inside the pressure cell, so as called the fuselage. The regulatory part 25 of FAR is generally applies to it. The interiors of the commercial aircraft plays a vital role in designing of the layout of the seats of the aircraft. The aircraft interior should meet with the various requirements of the following. Specific airline needs, aircraft manufacturers, airline passengers, crew, etc. The FAA and other regulatory agencies in this aviation industry. An aircraft interior is designed to meet the requirements of the FAA and other regulatory agencies, the airlines, the airline passengers, crew and the aircraft manufacturers. They should be meet with the minimum requirements of the above mentioned groups, which altogether meets the design criteria. There are various issues should be considered for the inclusive design criteria. The students can see in the figure. It includes fire safety, flammability, smoke and toxicity, etc. Students, the component design includes like strength of the interiors, weight of the same, appearance, comfort, configuration, architecture, etc. The airline operations like cleanability, durability, maintainability, customization, etc. The manufacturing also includes material availability, facilities and equipments, process complexity, reproducibility and installation factors, etc. The safety norms laid down by the FAA are mandatory for the aircraft design or layout, and these may be quantified by the designers as per the needs of the FAA. On the other side, there are certain non-regulatory requirements which are not possible to quantify, like seats comforts or of the passengers, etc. And it also makes the job tough of the designer. Dear students, let us now discuss about the materials of the construction. Materials are classified into various categories for the design of the interiors of the aircraft. Sandwich panels made of face sheets of phenolic resin and fiberglass etc. used the most of the vertical sealing surfaces of the aircrafts. These are also decorated with the help of thermoplastic films which are printed in a variety of complex design or patterns etc. The colors are also embossed with the various textures as well. All these things like color or pattern of films are depend upon the exact requirements of the airlines. The materials mostly used for designing the upholstery and drapery has been fire-related wool and also with fire-retardant polyester. Both are fire-resistant materials. On the contrary, the tapestries are need to follow the very stringent flammability requirements or guidelines like wool etc. Therefore, it has been replaced by the usage of synthetic materials etc. The following table summarizes the various materials or the types used in various applications. There are numerous other materials types used in various applications. The examples are summarized as follows. The materials and applications in current commercial aircrafts. On your left hand side you will find about the applications and on your right hand side you will find the materials. The applications are made of that material. Dear students, for manufacturing the applications like lower side wall panels, materials used for this like phenolic or the gas or carbon, Nomex, honeycomb plus scuff resistant surface, that is wool or Nomex fabric or the tough plastic. Then for the floor and the floor covering, the items or the materials required are the flexible urethane sheet rack covers, glass or carbon or epoxy or phenolic or Nomex honeycomb floor panels, double back tapes to attach carpets of the floor, urethane foam edge band, wool or nylon carpet, mylar film over galley and entry floor panels, Nomex felt underlay as customer request, polyvinyl chloride on the galley mats. Then for making of upper side wall panel, materials like glass or carbon or phenolic or decorative thermoplastic layer plus Tedlar are used. For the light covers, polycarbonates are used. For the making of applications like overhead storage bins, the materials like glass or carbon or phenolic or Nomex honeycomb plus edge urethane foam layer plus reinforcement of the same is required. Then for the making of applications like passenger and cabin, polybenzimidazole or Nomex or Kevlar blocking layer is required. Then the urethane foam cushions, wool or nylon or leathery upholstery, thermoplastic seat trays and polythene foam flotation foam is required. In order to make the gap fillers, the materials which are required like silicone or urethane. For the applications like storage bins, the materials required is glass or carbon or phenolic or Nomex honeycomb, decorative thermoplastic laminate, wool textile interior lining infrequent are required. For the placards, polyvinyl chloride or urethane is required. For the partitions in the aircraft cabins, glass or carbon or the Nomex honeycomb, decorative thermoplastic laminate or wool or Nomex textile or leather is required. In addition to this, polycarbonate transparent windscreen is also required. For the making of windows of the aircraft cabins, inner pane cast is acrylic, outer pane stretched is acrylic. Dust cover is made up of polycarbonate or the acrylic. Then to make the passenger service units, the material used like aluminium, molded thermoplastics which includes Radel, Ultem, polyethylene, glass or carbon or the phenolic is required. Then for purpose of insulation, fiberglass bat or phenolic binder, mylar cover, polyvinyl chloride, nitrile rubber, polythene foams, polyamide foams are required. Then in order to make the air ducts, the materials such as glass or silicone is required. polycyclerate foam for larger ducts, glass and phenolic epoxy, or the polyester for large ducts. For fire retardant nylon, polyamide foam wrap and Nomex felt is required in the smaller quantity. Then to make the hoses, nylon, silicone and urethane is required. Dear students, let us now discuss about various safety standards. The minimum safety standards for manufacture, aircraft design and operations are established by FAA. These are need to met at the minimum but also go beyond the minimum requirements of the safety standards laid by Boeing Commercial Airplane Group in 1997 and Airbus Industries in 1979. There are other criteria related to non-crash activities and crash-related activities are developed for the interior safety requirements. These are like fire resistance, emergency evacuation, emergency oxygen systems and structural strength and stiffness, etc. Fire resistance, flammability, mandates for transport are listed in FAR 25.853, FAR 25.869 and FAR 25.855. It relates to the furnishings mostly except cabin liners, seats and cargo, etc. The regulations also cover and related to the individual part of the interior like ceilings, side walls, partitions, window, air ducts, stowage bins and insulation, etc. Most of the regulations on the safety are framed by the FAA Safer Committee. This committee generally focused and suggested the various ways to survive after the crash fires. Let us now discuss about the strength and stiffness requirements. The design criteria also includes about the strength and stiffness of the interiors. These should bear the minimum or withstand with the certain amount of minimum load of the passengers or baggage, etc. The flexibility of the interiors are also permitted as per the nature and quality of the strength and stiffness of the interiors. These may be damaged while landing or taking off. Each and every component should be designed in a way so that the passengers may not be getting injuries. Each and every passenger should be protected while traveling. The next one is the weight. This is also one of the important criteria in designing an aircraft. It is directly linked to the aircraft's operations and gives the priority on cost, payload and range, etc. Then the next is the cost. Cost is another critical criteria in designing an aircraft and this is directly linked with the total cost of the aircrafts. The designer should take into account the cost of procuring and maintaining an aircraft while deciding the cost of designing of an aircraft. Then the next one is the manufacturability and the producibility. If the designer wants to reduce the cost of the interiors of an aircraft, are required to create easy designs of the cabin's interiors for the ease of manufacturing and assembling. In order to get the good design and to reduce the cost of the aircrafts, all the people from the engineering department along with the quality assurance and manufacturing people should come forward with the strong or concrete suggestions on it and work all together also. They may decide about the various components required for the final part like functions, quantity required and other design criteria and also about the possibilities of the materials and processes like material cost, capital equipments and processing labor, etc. Then the next one is the processing labor. It accounts for the most of the cost of the plane. It widely depends upon the material and manufacturing process selected. Common processes are available to manufacture including hydroforming, compression molding, casting, composite lamination, plastration and press curing and filament widening or thermosetting, polymers and composites and blow molding, etc. It also for the fabrication of components for current aircraft cabins are composite lamination followed by press curing, etc. Then the next one is the processing equipment and tools. The design of any parts or interiors of the plane also affects to the requirement of processing and equipments needed. It is not only affected to the tool selection but also to the quantity of parts needed to be produced. Then the next is the comfort. There is no doubt about the interior layout, component and comfort and materials properties that plays an important role in providing the comfort to the passengers. The seats comforts and also considered for providing the comfort to the passengers. Then the next one is the maintainability. The components design also affects to the maintenance program of the components of the aircraft. The maintenance of the components helps in preserving the passengers in good condition and make the customers happy and satisfied also. The process of component cleanability, durability and repairability also helps in interior furnishings. Then the next one is the cleanability. It is very clear that the components or the furnishings which are easy to clean are maintained very easier. So the designer should recommend that kind of parts which require very easy maintenance program. The material which requires very easy and less maintenance should be used in the airline. The parts which attracts more dirt and mud etc. should be avoided to be used for the manufacturing process of the aircrafts. The parts before exactly installed or used should be tested for cleanability. In short, the paint staining agent should be used by which easy to remove any dirt or stains from the seats or the galleys etc. Flooring in some areas such as galleys, entryways and lavatories must be water resistant and skid resistant and easily cleanable for sanitary as well as aesthetic reasons. Then the next is the durability. It refers to how long or well the parts of the plane may be wear a load over a time in everyday airline operations. The designer should consider the durability of the parts as well as in designing the cabins of the commercial plane. The various factors are included like color fastness to light, resistance to vibration, resistance to crooking, resistance to tearing, fluid resistance, for example solvents and cleaning fluids, dimensional stability, resistance to water and moisture absorption, resistance to permanent staining, resistance to corrosion, resistance to water wicking and resistance to impact damage. It may also include the resistance to fungus attack, resistance to grazing and resistance to abrasion damage. Dear students, let us now take the case study of Airbus A380 for the better understanding. Let us discuss the case study of A380, a largest commercial air flight in the world, and also discuss its in-flight cabin features and comfort features for the passengers who are traveling in it. It is a double deck and have wide body along with 4 jet engines. The world's famous company called European manufacturer Airbus manufactures it. The earlier name of the same was Airbus A2XXX and it was designed in a way to offer a challenge, which was given by the Boeing's a larger aircraft. It has started its flight on 27th April 2005 and later in the year 2007 on 25th October. It started its commercial services in the aviation sector. This is manufactured for the 21st century aviation industry because its big and unique size helps in getting more people into it than any other airlines options available. It helps in yielding more revenue due to its big and luxury and segmented cabins and good for long haul flights. Now these days, this is the one of the favorite choice due to the large space available for legs or for luggage etc. and relaxing environment to all the passengers across the world, where the cabins of the same allow to all the passengers to stretch their legs while they are on their seats. This is the Airbus, a real example of engineering which offers a big space and luxury to the passengers. The main cabin features of the Airbus A380 are summed up as follows. It has the most comfortable interior that allows its operators to remain at the pinnacle of the elegant air travel. It provides the enough boot space or the leg space to stretch their legs, etc., and 18-inch wide seats for the comforts of its travelers. Beautification with the different cabin lights, but also natural light by 220 cabin windows and 6 high-level air outlets, then 2 air outlets. It opposes the standard of keeping at least 2 air outlets. It provides an innovative cabin air supply technology. Air is recycled after every 2 minutes to keep the atmosphere fresh. It has 6 level air outlets as opposed to the industry standard of 2 that keeps the customers refreshed during all phases of the flight. In business class, the seats are convertible into beds, which offers excellent luxury to the travelers. Optimal cabin length and provides at least 15% of space offered to the travelers for the personal use. It also offers a personal mini bar, an array of complimentary wine, champagne and cocktails, and it has also the privacy doors that allows for unwinding. Dear students, let us now summarize what we have discussed in the present module. Aircraft cabin refers to the section or place where the passenger sits while traveling in the aircraft. Passengers may feel uncomfortable while sitting or traveling due to the congested sitting plan in their cabin. Cabins used in the commercial airlines are divided into various parts or sections in the basic or the class of the travelers, areas for the flight attendants, space for the storage, and galley for the in-flight services. The seats of the commercial flights are arranged in rows and galleys. The sections are seat divided into various parts, usually by using the curtains, or sometimes class dividers also do it as well. The passengers who are supposed to occupy the lower class seats are not allowed to sit on the higher class cabins in the commercial flights. The cabin classes refers to the class of the service that the passenger may expect on the plane from the airline company. It depends upon the type of the class like economy, business or the first class. The passengers are served as per the class of tickets they have purchased. The interior and layout is the main component of any airline or flight. It is contained inside the pressure cell is also called fuselage. The interior of the commercial aircraft plays a crucial role in designing the layout of the seats of the aircraft. The aircraft interior should meet with the various requirements like specific airline needs, aircraft manufacturers and the airline passengers and crew, etc. With these words, I sum up this module. Thank you.